Hey there, it's Tori. Did you hear about our October virtual networking event? It was such a success, so we're doing it again on Wednesday, November 13th. If you're ready to stop lurking on LinkedIn and start making real connections with real people who understand your pet business, this event is just for you. You'll meet other petpreneurs like trainers, bloggers, and product makers, and connect with them in a supportive, fun environment. Head to wearwagrepeat.com/petworking to RSVP and secure your free spot. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. It's coming up on Wednesday, November 13th.
In your emails, you should be showing that you are invested in them. That's the biggest, fastest, the fast track way to get people to invest back into you. And so if we can open up the channel of communication, if we can collaborate with our potential clients, oh my gosh, it's going to go so much better for you.
Hi, I'm Tori Mystic, and you're listening to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast, the only show dedicated to supporting women in all areas of the pet industry. In today's episode, I am so excited to share with you a conversation I recently had with email strategist Liz Wilcox. In the span of 5 years, Liz grew and sold a successful blog, got bought out of her second company, and built the third into a multiple six-figure business where she teaches entrepreneurs like us how to simplify the whole email marketing thing. She is best known for her 4,500 plus user membership. I've been a member for a few years. I know a lot of you have as well. She's also known for her 20-minute newsletter technique and the email staircase framework that she's taught to tens of thousands of creatives, freelancers, e-commerce shop owners, and small businesses around the world. In this episode, Liz went along with me and our collaboration theme of Q4 and highlights how email is an amazing tool for collaboration and connection. We talk about how you can use email to build real connections with your subscribers. We talk about how sharing other people's content in your own emails can actually really build your trust and your authority with your audience. And Liz shared with us her very first digital product that was a collaboration with other RV and travel bloggers back when she had her old blog. And while we're telling that story, or while Liz is telling it and I'm listening and cracking up, she invites you to steal this idea for a pet-inspired twist on the collaboration book that she did. And by the way, I am so in on this. So when you hear this story at the end of the episode, please reach out to me and let me know if you want to collab on this together. I think it's an amazing idea. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Enjoy this interview with Liz Wilcox. The fresh princess of email marketing, Liz Wilcox is an email strategist and keynote speaker showing small businesses how to build online relationships, package up their magic, and turn it into emails that people actually want to read and, most importantly, purchase from. Hi, Liz.
Hey, I'm so excited.
I'm so happy to have you on the podcast. I've known you for a while. I feel like I don't know, you run a big membership. You have over 4,500 members. And I feel like we actually know each other, which is really amazing.
I feel the same. I was so excited to see Tori on the calendar today. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to her in I feel like a year. We've both been doing our own thing, growing our businesses, etc. So it feels great to reconnect and to finally get a chance to talk to your people about email.
Yes. So I've been talking to my people about you and email for a long time, over a year for sure. Maybe going on 2 years, but I'm excited to have it straight from the source here today. So this is very exciting for all of us. So for people who don't know, you have this membership where you create weekly email templates that people can like kind of copy them word for word. They can use it as a Mad Lib style template. They could totally make it their own. There's so many options for people. What is the most important thing for people to know who are just like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of hesitation and anxiety around actually doing email. I hear from so many of my people, they're like, oh, I've been meaning to do that. I just haven't gotten around to it. Like, what do they need to know to just do the thing?
Yeah, don't take it too seriously. Most of the people that you have, well, all of the people that you have on your email list are either former clients, past students, something like that, or they've opted in to hear from you, right? Maybe you're a dog trainer, you have a contact form, something like that. They have already expressed interest. So I think maybe you're feeling a little anxiety and you're pushing off email marketing because, you get a lot of emails that you did not sign up for, right? A lot of spam, and that can feel, oh my gosh, I didn't consent to this. I didn't know they were going to send this many emails or whatever. But because you're building an email list or you have that client contact list of people that have already bought from you or shown interest, it's a totally different vibe, so to speak. And I that's the vibe I want you to take in when you hit send.
So I think one of the things that you teach that kind of makes it a little bit easier to feel like we can get started with email is you tell people you should only spend 20 minutes writing your email. Is that like per email or the whole week, or like how do we do this? How can we spend 20 minutes on our emails?
Yeah, it's usually like per email, right? You send out a weekly or bi-weekly email, sharing all the things that are going on in the business, sharing your services or openings that you have, or maybe you wrote a new blog post or you got something going on social media. That's what you should be sharing. That's what people signed up for, right? I want to hear more about XYZ. So in the email itself, just, hey, Tori, just have a quick greeting, right? Hey, Tori, Liz here. And then share a quick personal update. We don't have to, especially I find, you are some kind of pet service or pet blogger, right? And a lot of email marketers will tell you to tell stories and stories connect. And that's really kind of a buzzword, a really hot thing going around marketing right now. And yes, of course, stories definitely connect, but especially when you are a local business or a service provider, just get to the point. That's what people signed up. So let that be kind of like a permission slip. Like, we don't have to tell stories here. So, but we do want to connect with people. We want them to know, like, hey, we're here for you. We have the same interests as you. So just have, after the greeting, a quick personal update, 2 to 3 sentences about something you've done since the last time you emailed, right? If you're a dog walker, you can say, oh, I just got done walking Harry and Sally. We went to the park. Normally, Harry tries to run away, but we finally nailed it today. I can't wait to go back tomorrow, right? That's just a quick personal update, something you've done. And then it also connects, oh, yeah, Liz is a dog walker. I do need somebody. I'm going out of town next week. And it's just that quick connection point. And then after the personal update, so again, we've got the greeting, the personal update. After that, it's when you just segue into whatever it is you need to say, whatever content, whether you've got a blog post, you've got a couple openings, you don't have any openings, whatever the situation is. And if you don't know how to segue, like, Liz, I work with pets. I'm not a writer. I totally got you covered. Just hit that caps lock on your keyboard and type in anyway, dot, dot, dot. What I really wanted to talk to you about today is those things I just listed.
Yeah, I love that so much. And I like that you point out doing the little personal update and then segueing into what it is that you do in your business. And that doesn't always have to be a sales thing. It could be you have a new blog post or a new guide on how to do loose leash walking with your dog or something. It could be whatever the thing is that you want to share. And that thing could be something you're selling. Because I think a lot of people also just get nervous about selling in their emails. But whatever you're selling, hopefully is helpful to the people who are getting the email. So you're really doing them a service.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we call them pet services, right? If you're a dog trainer, I've got this puppy, or maybe I adopted this dog and he's not doing well in the home and I need your help, right? So, you can think of your products and your services, they're not for selling, right? They're for serving. That's why we call them services, right? Even your, blog posts, or if you've got affiliate links, you work with brand partners and things like that. That's all in service to your ideal client. So if you come at it from that angle, it's kind of like hitting that pressure relief valve, right?
Yeah, where you're not like, "Oh, I gotta, get this I gotta convince this person to buy this thing." Instead, you're like, "Oh, I have a thing that could help you."
Absolutely. And you do. That's why you got into business. Let me tell you something. I could never, would never do what you do. Right? I am not as patient. And so you really are of service to people like me who, get a dog and don't have the time, or are going out of town, or just don't have the skills or the patience or the upbringing, the training. It really is a service. So in your emails, even, we talked about the 20 minutes or less. When you do go to pitch, hey, I've got two openings, hey, Black Friday is coming up. I'm going to be offering some type of sale. Instead of making it feel like cringe or desperate, it really is coming from service. So yeah, just let that be like, whew, awesome. I can write this.
Yeah. So another thing, just to kind of pick your brain about another angle here, one thing I love about your emails and your approach is you not maybe not in every single email, but maybe, I don't know, you tell me, you encourage people to reply and interact. So whether it's like clicking a link or physically hit, hey, reply to this email and tell me like what your dog got into that they weren't supposed to do this week or whatever it is. So how does that build connection with the people on your list? I mean, like, I guess that kind of sets us apart from all these emails that you said, like, I didn't sign up for this. I don't really want this. Like, we're sending emails from people to people. So, why is like that asking people to reply? Why is that important for building connections?
Yeah, it's a collaborative thing, right? So in your emails, you should be showing that you are invested in them. And that's the biggest, fastest, the fast track way to get people to invest back into you, right? AKA click the link, buy the thing, book a call, whatever our CTA is, our call to action. And so if we can open up the channel of communication, if we can collaborate with our people, with our potential clients, oh my gosh, it's going to go so much better for you. Um, how many times have you taken on a client? Something happened with that interaction, with that exchange and experience that molded the next client, right? Oh, I loved the way Tori and I did this, or Tori was super concerned about XYZ. I'm going to make sure I put that in the next package. I'm going to make sure I talk about that up front so it's not a big deal, right? And so if we can open up that conversation between our potential clients and ourselves, we can really make our products, services, our content, whatever we're giving them, so much better.
Right. So not only are people replying and it's kind of building that rapport, but you could use the information to make your services better.
Right. And you can talk about it more. And when people feel like they're part of the process, they're going to invest. Like I said, we want to invest in them, so they invest in us. So if we can get them feeling like, oh, I helped Shahara, bring this thing to life, or, oh, that was my idea, or, yeah, we talked about that. And now I'm seeing it in action. It makes you more relatable. It makes them more excited. And again, it, increases those conversion rates because they feel like they're part of something.
Yeah, and it makes your emails more interactive, and I feel like the replies I get from emails when it's like an email newsletter, like, I don't know, not newsletter, I guess. What how do you describe like the emails that you send out? Because I feel like newsletter makes me think of like something the church lady puts together that's like 4
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah. Well, I will say we're recording this at the end of 2024, and that traditional type of newsletter is making a comeback where it's, this different sections people want to really read. But I don't send those types of emails to Tori's point. I guess you could call them an email broadcast. It's just,
Uh-huh.
hey, it's kind of the way I look at email is I'm just talking to my friend, right? And so it's kind of like this pen pal situation. Hey, this is what's up. This is what we've got going on this week. Okay, bye. And so, I mean, technically it is an email newsletter, but to Tori's point, I don't write out these big church pew brochures. I just kind of get in, get to the point, and get out. And I find people really respect that type of email because, like we mentioned at the top of this episode, you probably have thousands of unread emails, thousands of unwanted emails. So if I can just get to the point, you're going to really say, oh, Liz respects me, and then hopefully open the next email.
Yeah, I like that. And the responses I get when I ask people to reply to my email broadcasts that I send out, the responses I get are so authentic and real, and we're really getting to know each other, and they're personal more so than like a comment I get on an Instagram post or something like that. So I've really just been able to build so many, I feel like, close relationships with people on my email list because I just ask them to reply to the email. So that's thanks to you. So thank you for that.
You're
Um,
welcome.
so kind of another thing that I wanted to ask you about, since we are talking about collaboration and networking and connecting, something that I see you doing in your own emails is mentioning other people's businesses and other things that other people are doing. And I just thought that would be a cool thing to bring up today in this conversation. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, why would you use your email broadcast platform to share something from somebody else?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons. Well, number one, it shows that I'm invested. I really care about the person reading it. And it doesn't have to come from me if it's helpful, right? You might be a dog walker, but you're reading a pet blog, right? And you just think, oh, this was a really great article. I wish all my clients knew this before they came to me. And you send it out, right? It also makes you look a little bit more credible and like you have more authority. It's very important for your clients to understand that you have a pulse on your industry, right? So that's one of the main reasons I send out other people's stuff. I want them to know, hey, I'm paying attention to what other people are doing. And not that you need to be obsessed with other people's content, but it is, very nice for your reader to get something that didn't come from you. It says, oh, Liz, Tori, Shahara, Roberto, they're paying attention to the industry. They are staying on top of this. So I don't have to, because when you can curate that content, they're going to come to you for the answers. They're going to come to you. Excuse me, you're going to stay top of mind. So they're going to come to you. And I don't know about y'all, but between everything else in my business, I don't have time to write blog posts every day. I don't have time to be on Instagram. I don't have time to make every email 5 tips for open rates, da 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 da. But I know there are other people doing that stuff. And because of all the other benefits that I've listed, I definitely want to be the one and can be the one to curate that, hand it over to my subscriber, and sort of get the credit for being the one to teach them that anyway.
Yeah, no, because people will say, "Oh, Liz shared this article with me." They might remember the name of whoever you shared, but you're going to be top of mind when you're sharing something valuable and useful like that.
Right. And I heard this story once about that, about sharing other people's content. It likened to, did you ever used to go to the bowling alley? Right. And I remember as a kid, we used to be able to bring in our own food, right? Like, oh, let's get a pizza from Little Caesars. It's $5 and we'll go to the bowling alley, and it'll be a cheap family night, right? Well, nowadays, the bowling alleys, they want you to buy from them, right? So they're not really letting you in with the pizza, but it's really backwards thinking. And I might not go to the bowling alley with my 3 kids because I can't bring in the pizza now, right? So they're losing out on the business. And so it's the same with your emails. If every piece of content is coming from you, you're really missing out on people that need to hear more than what you have to offer. And that's where the other people's pizza, the other people's content can come in. It's a more friendly, open environment, worth sharing things. And to Tori's point about replying, I might share an article that someone else wrote and I get a reply, oh, I read that article last week. And they feel like we now run in the same circle. We're very simpatico, so to speak. And they're more invested in me as, the email marketer.
Yeah, I love that analogy. When I was in high school, we, for gym class, walked down the street to a bowling alley and we would just get cheese fries and not really bowl at all. And that was my gym class.
Oh my gosh. I moved, this is total side tangent, y'all. I moved from a very rural area to a very populated area, like my junior year of high school, and bowling was like an option. I could not believe it, blew my mind. Like where I grew up, the nearest bowling alley was like over an hour away. I was like, you mean to tell me they're leaving school, they're going bowling in the middle of the day? Like, this is awesome.
Well, I went to school right in the city, and that's what we did. And then it was a very old bowling alley, or maybe I'm just old, and it didn't have computer scoring. So you had to score on like little pads of paper. So we actually had a written final in gym to score a bowling game like by hand.
That is that would be a great test for like, do you actually know how to bowl? I would fail.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I did pass. I don't know. Um, So, speaking of collaborating, you told me before I hit record, ask me about my first product because it was a collaboration. So, tell us about that because that might give some people some ideas about how they could collaborate right now or make some plans for 2025.
Yeah. So what I'm going to share is a digital product, but you can use this even, in the local community. Just hopefully, you get the theme of it, you get the essence of it, and you run with it. Cause I love collaborations. I was so excited to come on the show today to talk about collabs because that's really how I've grown and grown so quickly. I like to think of it as, when we all link arms together, we appear bigger, right? And people pay attention to big deals, right? And so my first product, I was a travel blogger and it was about 6, 7 months into the blog. And I had no idea why anyone followed me. I was all over the place. But, I had a few hundred people on my email list and I asked them, hey, why do you follow me? Sometimes I talk about this, sometimes I talk about that. They said, well, Liz, you're pretty good at storytelling and you're pretty funny. And I was like, what if I wrote a funny book about RVing because I was an RV travel blogger. And then I was like, that's a great idea, Liz, but you don't have time to write a book. And so that's when the collaboration came in. I said, well, I could write one story. What if Tori could write the second? What if, JC could write the third? What if Justin wrote the fourth and so on? And I just, linked arms with all these bloggers that were in, the same Facebook groups as me, maybe, some that were around the same age as me, if that makes sense, the age of the site, others that were slightly bigger, some that were smaller. And I said, let's just put this book together. I'll put it together. I'll do all the work. You just have to write it. I'll format whatever, I'll edit it and I will sell it. But you can sell it also, and you can get 50% an affiliate commission, 50% of whatever number of books you sell, right? So if you sell 10, I take half, you take half of the sales, right? And it really got people motivated to do it 50% because a lot of these bloggers, especially this was like 2016, 2017, they were looking for a place to make money, but it felt hard. And so if I was the one hosting it, hey, this is what we're going to do, they were all on board. And that book Still sells today. Like I said, that was launched like summer 2017. It still sells today. People still make affiliate commissions off of it. And it was so simple for a first digital product because I didn't have to do all the writing, all the work. And really putting it together was relatively simple. Setting up a cart was pretty simple. And all those people, when they sold books, oh my gosh, Liz, thank you for doing this. So it wasn't just, oh, we made some money. It was, oh, now Tori wants to work with me again. Now Justin wants to do this other thing. And it led to so much like amazing collaborations, opportunities, friendships, and networks.
Well, and listening to this, it kind of gave everyone the chance to say, I wrote a book. Like, kind of everyone wrote a book in that sense. Like, everyone
Yeah.
contributed to the book. But everyone could say, like, I'm part of this book.
Amen. And they did. And it was, y'all, this book got picked up by an international sponsor. Like it was just such a funny, ridiculous book. And let this be inspiration for you. If you're thinking, oh, I could never create a digital product or I could never, what's the value? What could I give value for my people? Y'all, this was a book about poop. Okay. And I know we're all pet services, right? So we know about
Oh, we
some
talk
crap.
about poop on this
Right.
podcast a lot.
We know about crap, right? So this was, and maybe you can steal this idea. Seriously. Anyone listening, like, please steal this idea. I think it would work perfect for people in the pet industry. It was called Tales from the Black Tank, which the black tank is where your sewage goes in your rig, a collection of hilariously crappy RV stories. So I'm like, right now, I'm thinking pet bloggers. You could get a bunch of pet bloggers together, talk about, the worst pet sitting day ever, right? If you're a dog trainer, you could talk about, you know, uh, tales from the dog park, a collection of hilariously crappy, whatever, right? And you could get a bunch of dog trainers in the area together to write a chapter about like the worst dog they ever encountered. And then at the end, there's coupons or discounts or something for each person's service, right? Depending on what area they're in. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so glad we talked about this. It can just be that like silly and it doesn't have to be, let's all give our number one tips. Like, it can be fun. It can be, I don't know, different, and people notice fun and different.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think everything is so serious these days, and some of it needs to be serious. But I think like anytime
Absolutely.
you can have something that just makes you smile, that I think there's a huge value in that too.
Absolutely. Y'all, I mean, I get serious. I can have a serious face. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously, right? Take the business serious, take your clients seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously. You'll never get out alive, babe.
Well, and especially, we all, at least us over here in this wear, wag, repeat world, we're working with pets, and pets do not take anything too seriously. So they're great inspiration for that.
Maybe some cats do, I think.
Well, my dogs take eating very seriously.
Right, right.
If you delay dinner 5 minutes, they're not happy.
Yeah, yeah. And I love this idea of some kind of collaboration among like services or,
Well, I
even
also
if,
really like maybe making them all poop related stories. Not to steal your
oh
idea
yeah,
too much, but
definitely.
like
People,
I am already thinking of great poop stories related to my dogs. Mm.
oh, wonderful. And now we're in the gutter, folks. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in.
Okay. All right. So, just one more question before we wrap it up, because you had mentioned making everyone who contributed to your book an affiliate, and you're so great at doing affiliate stuff. So people are always asking me, I want to make extra money. I want to be an affiliate for something. Like, how do you get started in finding good programs to be an affiliate for? And I know some of the emails that you send sharing other people's stuff, sometimes you're an affiliate for those things. So what are some tips on good affiliate partnerships, I guess, to look for?
Yeah, well, I think the first tip is to create something that people want to refer or affiliate for, right? Because if you have something, it kind of just opens the door to, oh, I have some, if I promote yours, will you promote mine, type of thing. Um, Also, again, asking your readers, right? Hey, what brands do you use? What, companies are you looking at? Even if you're, a local pet service, asking people, what brands do you use, et cetera, is really going to help you because then you can say, oh, everyone's using, Science Diet. Let me go and you can just Google Science Diet affiliate program, right? Or sponsorship, brand ambassadorship, right? And that can really open the door. Also, looking at LinkedIn, if you know there are certain brands a lot of your clients use, going on to LinkedIn and really just being brave enough to connect with some of their marketing professionals. Usually you can look up, like the name of the company and branding officer, marketing officer, relations are kind of some buzzwords that you can look up and just asking, right? And let me tell you something, growing an email list is a great way to get the attention of those brands you want to be an affiliate for. Because a lot of them they know the value of the email list, right? They know that it's more valuable than social media. That's a whole different podcast episode, but they want to see that you have a direct line to their customers, right? And so if you can say, "Hey, I've got this email list over here, interested in doing some kind of deal, partnership." Some brands that might not have an official affiliate program might sponsor you or create a program for you where they can track, oh, this traffic is coming from Tori, it's coming from Liz, and be able to compensate you that way.
It all comes back to email.
It sure does, babe. Look how I did that.
Perfect timing, too. So I hope listening to this interview that everyone's inspired to use their email to create new connections, whether they're collaborations or connecting with your list or connecting with sponsors or affiliate partners or whoever it is. Email is such a tool for collaboration.
Amen. And the last thing I'll say about email with collaborations is like versus social media or something else on the internet is just look at the way that you interact on social media versus your inbox, right? On social media, the algorithm is kind of feeding you what it thinks you want to see, right? It's trying to keep you on the platform, right? Instagram's trying to keep you on Instagram. That's why when you click on a link, it says, you are now leaving Instagram. Are you sure? Like warning, warning. Because they want you to stay there. Your inbox does not have that same agenda, but you also are very active over there. You're actively searching for a solution. Where's that power bill? Where's that link to, Tori's membership site again? Where's that thing Liz Wilcox sent me, right? We're actively searching in the inbox. And so that's what makes it such a, I don't know, like a catalyst for collaboration and connection. Because unlike social media, where we're just kind of scrolling, the algorithm's doing everything for us, with email, we have to do it. And so that's what makes it so, so powerful and why I want you to try it out.
Yeah, I feel like email is more action oriented. Like you said, I'm going to my email, I'm looking for where's that coupon code? I'm ready to buy that thing. And where's whatever else I signed up for, that recipe someone sent me. Whereas on social media, it is just that scroll, like let's just see if we hit something interesting. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, Liz, tell everyone where is the best place to connect with you. I'm guessing your email list.
Yeah, of course. I'm an email marketer. Thanks for letting me pitch, babe. I would love for you to join my email list. You can go directly to lizwilcox.com. In the top right hand corner, there's a hot pink button. You can't miss it. Inside, it's going to give you everything you need to just get started with email marketing. It's going to give you a welcome sequence. So when new people join your list, you know what to say. It's going to give you 3 newsletter samples from my $9 a month membership, one to show you how to get people to click, one to show you how to get people to buy, and one to show you how to get people to reply to your email. We talked a lot about that. You'll see a sample of that And if that's not enough, you'll also get 52 subject lines for a year full of prompts. I really, really, really want email to work for you. So I'm working for you, baby. LizWilcox.com, hot pink button.
You're the hardest working person in email. You provide so much stuff to everyone. So I hope everyone listening goes and signs up. And of course, you've got your membership and the annual pass or yearly pass is going to be available soon too.
Yeah. So with the membership, like we said at the top of the episode, it's $9 a month and you get weekly newsletter templates. So if you're like, oh, Liz, but I mean, you gave me that 20-minute framework, but I still can't do it myself. Let me just do it for you. I write the email. It's plug and play. It's Mad Lib style. You also get some Q&A and some other bonuses. But yes, around Black Friday, the week of Black Friday in 2024, you're going to be able to join the email marketing membership for $108 for the year. That's 9 times 12. There's no discount there, but you get access to all my other products for free. Any that exist and any that I will create in 2025, you get absolutely for free. So no matter if you have no one on your email list right now, or you have a few thousand and you've been neglecting them, there are products and help for you. I'll also be adding co-working in 2025, doing a lot of live cohorts, a lot of live trainings, so you can move along in your email journey, so to speak. And hopefully by this time next year, you're making money, you're making connections, and you're doing all the collabs to hit your client goals.
Yay! Awesome. I love it. And I'll put all the links in the description and in the show notes at wearwagrepeat.com. So find all the links there. And I've been a member of the annual pass for a couple years now, and it's 1000% worth it.
Oh, thanks.
All right, Liz. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and I will see you very soon somewhere.
Yes, ma'am. I can't wait to see what everybody does with email.
Some of the best conversations happen after the episode. Send me a note on Instagram at wearwagrepeat, or find even more women petpreneurs to connect with in our private Facebook group called Wear Wag Repeat Labs. If you want to dig into more episodes, resources to grow your business, or find a link to something we discussed, it is all right there for you at wearwagrepeat.com. I'll see you back here next Wednesday for a fresh conversation.